famous. Yeah, yeah. A man want to famous. This word say I mean them from my heart. No shaking, no palava from my heart.
Yo, boom. I've had so many questions about parallel compression. So today we are going to talk about parallel compression. This is about how I use parallel compression on my melodies so that you don't do a lot of processing on the insert. So you just try to push it to the drum. Use that parallel compression to push it to the drum and make it full. And of course, also the vocal techniques, the parallel techniques on vocal to make it sit on any type of song. It will just feel full and to just be everywhere. Let's jump right in. So this is a song by Enoblix. I'll probably tag him on this video. So shout out to him. So I'm going to on the melodies and the vocals.
When I be the grind, I do plenty focus. Praying every day, may God no go shame us. A man want to famous. No, I be living my life, I no purpose.
So now what I want to achieve here is that I want the, if you look at the melody, I just use a very, very subtle limiter. So what I want to do now is I want the melodies to appear fuller, to sound fuller and just complement the vocals. So how do I achieve this? Is to create a parallel box, which is send. So let's create a send. I'll see. I always type mellow para. Everybody get their own language. This is what I understand. Mellow para, which is parallel. So this is it. This is the melody, the send. So what I want to do is to come here and change it to pre-fader. Then come here. I have a preset on this already, so but I'm going to go through it. Go presets and just type mellow. Yeah, mellow para. So I have 3 softs there, and let's see what they are doing. So the first thing the first plugin here is you can use any plugin. So what we want to achieve, you can use any plugin to achieve this. It doesn't really matter. So what we want to achieve is a really good compression. So we will see that in the last plugin. So just pay attention.
When I be the grind, I do plenty focus. Praying every day, may God no go shame us.
So our compression is hitting about 7 minus 7 dB reduction. So what you want to achieve with this first plugin is to make sure you chop up the peak. There is no peak at all. You chop up the transient. So your attack on any plugin you are going to use, any compressor you are going to use should be very fast and somewhat medium to slow release. So, and we are using this. You can use any dynamic compressor. It doesn't really matter. This is to compress every aspect of the frequencies, because there are some sound there, they are low, some are mid, some are highs. So what we want to achieve now is to compress individual frequencies as it appears here.
When I be the grind, I do
you can see now, you can see how it appears on these graphics now. Look at
when I be the grind, I do plenty focus. Praying every day, may God no
so
go
if I should use a normal compressor, or if I don't use this one, so I'm only going to be
when I be the grind, I do plenty
so
focus.
this low end, this low mid will be where we'll be triggering the compressor. So, and I don't want that. So I want to be able to compress the high, the mid, the high mid, and the low mid and the lows. So that's why I'm using dynamic compressor to compress every aspect, because that's what we want.
When I be the grind, I do plenty focus. Praying every day, may God no go shame us. A man want to famous. No. Living my life, I don't purpose.
So you can see how the compression.
When I be the grind, I do plenty focus.
So you can see the compression here. You can see how it's moving. So I'm compressing here, here and here. So it's pretty much simple. Then our last plugin, which is one of the most important. So let's see what you have done, because this you will see it on the graphics here.
When I be the grind, I do plenty focus. Praying every day, may God no go shame us. A man want to famous.
Can you see the graphics? So right now we are still seeing some dynamics. You can still see some dynamics. See, you can still see some dynamics on the after the compression. You can still see the dynamics. So that is what we don't want. We want to remove every form of dynamic or reduce it to the barest minimum.
When I be the grinder, do plenty focus. Praying every day, may God no go shame on.
I will bring this down.
When I be the grinder, do plenty focus. Praying every day, may God no go shame us. A man want to famous.
You can increase the input. You already know how to use this. I've taught it several times. Activate this. Make sure the threshold and the ceiling are on the same level. Then you activate to link them together so that you can bring them together. Then you activate the match, the gain match. So if the input is not high enough for you to see the graphics, you can increase this. So when you are increasing the input, this guy will be reducing, the output will be reducing just to gain match. So the input will enable the signal to flow very well, to be high enough for the threshold to pick it. So I hope you understand that.
When I be the grinder, do plenty focus. Praying every day, may God no go shame us. A man want to famous.
Let's bring up the input.
When I be the grinder, do plenty focus. Praying every day, may God no go shame us.
So we want to remove that transient.
No, I be living my life out of purpose.
So you can, as you are reducing those transients, you can easily see that the melody is getting a bit smoother. That's what we want. So we want to bring the body of those melodies. That's what we want.
When I be the grinder, do plenty focus.
So look at how smooth it is now, but you can still see some holes, some little dynamic, but the transient is totally off.
When I be the grinder, do plenty focus. Praying every day, may God no go shame us. A man want to famous.
So what you simply do next is to blend it in. So you reduce it to infinity, reduce it, then you start to blend in. You start to blend in.
When I be the grinder, do plenty focus. Praying every day, may God no go shame us. A man want to famous. No, I be living my life out of purpose. Do what you but no. This words say I mean them.
So for me, 15 is perfect for me. But before you do that, make sure you play the entire song.
When I be the grinder, do plenty focus. Praying every day, may God no go shame us. Yeah. A man want to famous. No, I be living my life out of purpose.
Can you hear that string? Can you hear that pad? It's fuller. The entire song is fuller. So that's how to use parallel compression. So I will not need to do anything more on the melody insert, which is the group. I don't need to compress anything anymore again. So you just leave the transient there while you use this parallel compression to kind of, pad, bring up the body of the melodies. It will just sound very full. This is a pro secret. So another thing you do on vocal, this one will be very brief. I've done it, so I will just show you. So you create, for the vocals, you create a delay send. Then I use this particular delay. So what I simply do on the delay is very, very simple. So let's solo the vocal again.
When I be the grinder,
so when you bring your delay, you make sure for me, I put this one on straight, which is normal. Then you bring this to 1 over, not 64, 1 over 32. 1 over 32. Then the feedback would be maybe between 24, 22, 23, 24. Then on the high cut here, you make sure it's not, because we don't want the highs on this very particular effect. It's more of like a slap delay. So you bring this to about 8,000. Then you bring it to about between 200 to 300 as you wish. Use your ear. Then make sure it's not on Pong. You can use any delay. You can use H delay, which is quite popular. So once you do this, you play the vocal.
This words say I mean them from my heart.
For me,
These words say I mean them from my heart. No shaking, no palava for my heart.
For me, let's blend it in.
These words say I mean them from my heart. No shaking, no palava for my heart.
See what he's doing?
I swallow the pressure.
So you blend it in.
I know the pressure. No, I swallow the tension.
So it's a kind of double. You can call it any name, but this is one of my secret. You blend it further.
These words say I mean them from my heart. No shaking, no palava for my heart.
Just as it begins to disappear, you leave it there. You leave it there. Mine now is from 19, but by the time you play the entire song,
these words say I mean them from my heart. No shaking, no palava for my heart. Yeah, I swallow the pressure. I know get tension.
So do this one, baby.
I know the pressure.
Yeah.
No, I swallow get tension. I know the pressure.
Yeah. So this one will enable the vocal to sit on any song, and you definitely wow the artist. The artist is like, wow, my vocal is sounding very big. You don't need to use too many effects, you know. Yeah. You can see my vocal. Some people will say, oh, your vocal, you have many processing. Come and watch this one now. It depends on what you want to achieve. Look at my plugins, 3 on the insert. So sometimes I will process vocals. Some people will say, this is too much for vocals. But come and see now 3. So we don't stick to, I don't use preset. We work by what we see and what we hear. That's how I work. I don't use preset every time. Say, oh, this I'm going to use 10 plugins. It depends on what you want to achieve. Do you get? Depend on the vocals. So please engage. It's very important to make us grow. Engage. You know, we are growing. Let's grow the community. Engage, please engage. It's very, very important. Engage so that we can help each other. So this channel will be one of the best channels that you will learn from. This channel will really benefit you. You're going to learn a lot. There are still a lot of secrets I'm still going to be dishing out. Engage. Ask questions. Ask each other questions on the comment section.